Hello Sohu Music, it's Adam from Owl City. Just wanted to say hello and thank you so much for all of your support. It's so cool for me to be here as far away from where I grew up in my little kind of bubble where I spend all my time way back in the States. So thank you so much for your support. I chose the name, the Midsummer Station Acoustic. I chose the title for the EP because it's basically just sort of a reimagined approach of a couple songs from the full record, Midsummer Station, done sort of acoustically. So it's a bit more of a different approach, and I thought about giving it a different title completely, but since it is, you know, more or less the same songs just done differently, I wanted to keep that kind of the same. My inspiration for writing music, my muse, can kind of come from anywhere. It can come from, you know, reading books or watching films. I guess anything creative sort of inspires itself, and it's like this kind of, you know, never-ending infinity that just kind of keeps going, and one thing inspires another. Although recently I've been inspired in some pretty random places. Like I can just literally open the dictionary and just start reading, you know, a page, and sometimes just words will just, you know, click and they'll connect in my mind, and I'll just suddenly there's a song there somewhere, you know, that I would never have thought before. So inspiration and you know, as far as having a muse, can definitely come from a lot of different places.
Wow, so it's great to finally be back. We made you were here about 4 years ago. We finally made the journey back, and it's great to be here. Thank you for being here.
The set list for the show, we try to make it a good mix of new and old songs, so that if people have been fans for a few years now, since, you know, 2007, hopefully they'll recognize some old songs. And then of course if people are brand new fans, or if they're here just to check out the show, maybe they'll hear something that they like that's newer, maybe that's been on the radio or whatnot. So just to have a good collection. When I go to a show, I always want to hear a good mix. You know, sometimes it's a little bit of a drag when a band just plays new songs and only new songs. You know, sometimes it's good to hear the old ones too.
Daisies blue, when chandeliers light up the engine room. It starts to rain. There's an underwater Ferris wheel where I felt the missing link to his island shade.
I love food. You're right. I think about it a lot. I guess I'm not that much of a connoisseur in that, like, I have a list of certain foods that I want to try. Basically, if it's there and I'm hungry, push it my way because I'm into it. But I'm not a very picky eater. So whenever I do come to places overseas like China or whatever, usually I'll say, let's go to, you know, more of a traditional restaurant. You know, I don't want to go eat American food, you know, overseas when I can get it all the time at home. So I'm down to try anything. So if we end up going, if we have some free time, you know, I'd love to go to more of a traditional, you know, Chinese style restaurant. So, yeah, it's kind of a funny, especially on Twitter. I always think it's funny to kind of poke fun at myself, and I'm sort of notoriously shy and reserved, and I'm not very outgoing. So it's funny to make little silly jokes like that. You know, I can't hang out because I have to stay home and just eat all the time, and I don't know. It's very shallow humor, and it's silly, but there's something about making jokes about food. I just sit at home and I think of these things and I tweet them and I just laugh to myself. And it's just a downward spiral. Losing weight, yeah. It's so much about what you put into your body, and for me, it's always been the tricky thing to actually dedicate yourself to working out and actually eating healthy, and the two work hand in hand so much. So for me, yeah, the trick is always to make sure that I'm surrounded by healthy food, and especially at home, if I do have these kinds of snacks that we're talking about around all the time, I just eat them. So the trick is to not have them around. Go to the store and you have to walk by the sweets and all the goodies and all that stuff, and just don't put them in your shopping basket, and then put fruit in there, put vegetables in there instead. And when you're at home, you're hungry, and they're right there. It makes it a little easier to eat the good stuff.